Hey everyone, and welcome back to Game 4 of our new narrative campaign between the Raven Garden Raptors and the Necrons. So today we are going to be doing the assault on the Raptors outpost. So as we can see here, we have the Raptors all lined up in their defensive position. We have one group of bikers on the flank with a Rhino with a plasma gun and combi plasma in, a Landspeeder Storm who is actually a part of the, I believe it's this Stormwing formation. Raptor Wing, that's the one with the two Storm Talons as well, ready to come on from reserve. We have a Contemptor Dreadnought with the cannons and the Cyclone Missile Launcher. We have another Rhino with another 5-man attack squad with a Combi Melter and Melter Gun, and the Sergeant has a Power Fist. 5 Terminators, as you can see, with 2 Chain Fists and Power Sword and an Assault Cannon. And then we have the Vanguard Veterans with 3 Power Swords. And then we have Laius Isidon, I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly, as the leader for today. Oh, and we have 5 Sniper Scouts. And as promised, since this is going to be a fast assault, we have for the Necrons loads of Wraiths, loads of Scarabs, and a Spider. I do actually have more Spiders, who just couldn't be bothered to go and get them out, so this will do. Sound about right, doesn't it? Yeah. So, what are the mission objectives then? So we're going to roll off on this one to see who actually goes first and who goes second. And it's literally going to be a straight up 40k game with a few simple rules. So it's going to be kill points, so whoever kills the most wins overall. But since this is a Raptors stronghold, they have laced the area beyond this point here, as you can see from the line, with mines. So every time one of my units move, being the Necrons, on a roll of a 5 or a 6, they step on a mine, and that will be an explosion, pretty much just like a vehicle explosion, which would be strength 4 AP dash, and it's an auto hit on a large blast. So for every unit, so we've got 1 unit here, 1 unit there, there and there, so we've got 4 units of the Wraiths, and then we have 1 big massive blob of Scarabs and the Spider in the centre. So in total we have 6 units, and for every time they move, doesn't matter if they're Wraith or not, as soon as they move they have to roll a dice, and on a roll of a 5 or a 6 an explosion will happen, and we'll place a large blast over the top of them and see if we do any damage, just to represent that they are actually assaulting a well defended stronghold. Other than that, there are no special rules, it's just a straight up kill team game, kill points game, sorry. At the finish of this game, we actually have now mapped out where we're going with this campaign, haven't we? Yeah. So it will no longer be a simple case of deciding, because we've already decided. So if I grab my list, if the Necrons win this mission, they will then begin to fortify their area and activate their Tomb World, turning this planet into a world engine. And they'll start making preparations for that, and it will be down to the Ravens and Raptors to do their utmost to stop that from happening. As many of you will know who follow the lore, if a world engine does activate, it's a really big deal. So, and if the Raptors actually manage to win this, they will infiltrate the Necron catacombs, and then we'll play on one of those lovely boards of Warhammer World with all the corridors and everything to represent they're going into the catacombs, and they're going to take in an explosive device and attempt to take out their entire tomb world. Well, not exactly take it out, but crumble it in on itself and make them be delayed for a considerable amount of time while they can wait for significant military reinforcements. So that is where we're going after this game. So let's get on with it then. So we're going to roll a dice, if George will be so kind to grab us 2. Here we go, 2 massive dice box. Necron dice for me, yummy. Nice green dice, look at these, Necron. And George, so we roll off. 5 and 6, are you going first or second? First. Okay, so you're going first. So we'll be moving on then to Raptors Turn 1, and we'll be right back. And we're back after the Raptors Turn 1. And they've decided the best strategy is in a fast attack, and they've all pushed forward. So the bikes have pushed forward here and unloaded their combi grav weapons and grav guns into that unit there, absolutely shredding one and taking one down to 1 wound, and the multi-melter failed to hit. Everything else in that area was out of range, and then this rhino decided to shoot, snapshotting because it moved 12 but failed to do anything, and then the assault cannon here unloaded a flurry of shots, pinking a wound off of this guy here. These chaps moved up. Lice is still chilling in the building, and then the sniper scouts fired down and pinked a wound off that unit right there. So not a bad round for the Raptors on turn 1, taking a model off and taking 3 models down to 1 wound. So we'll now move on to the Necrons turn 1. And we're back, and as you can see from the smoke billowing, the Necrons have managed to score first blood. So the entire tide of the Necrons pushed forward, moving 12 inches apart from the Spider, who moved 6 because he's slow like that. And these guys managed to make a 10-inch charge on a double 6 straight into that Rhino and shredded it. So other than that, we took one explosion on this Spider, and with it being a large blast, it hit all 4 scarabs in here and caused 2 wounds to this base. So that is pretty much it for the Necrons on this turn, and we'll now move on to the Raptors turn 2. What can they do in retaliation? And we're back, and the full force of the Raptors has arrived. The 2 Storm Talon gunships have come screaming on and only managed to down 1 Wraith. The other one tried to take off some wounds into this and only took off 1, meaning that the Necrons are about to crash into the Raptors lines. So, as we was just saying, it looks like the Necrons are outnumbered, but they just don't want to go down. So, what can the Necrons do in their turn 2? We'll be right back. And we're back at the end of Necron's turn 2, and they have made it to combat. First, this unit raced into the Vanguard veterans, killing 2 of their number, taking no wounds in return. These guys made it into combat, killing 3 of their number, again taking no wounds in return. This lone Wraith managed to make it into the Rhino, pinking 1 hull point off, and then these guys, picking up the slack, charged into the bikes and caused no wounds. Well, they caused 10 wounds, but Georgie's quite good at rolling 3+ save, aren't you, George?
Yeah.
And managed to save all of them, and they actually managed to kill 1 Scarab base in return. So, now they're all locked in combat, and the only thing that's not locked in combat on this table now is this Spider and that Wraith. So, everything else. Oh, and we almost missed one more thing. These guys managed to make it round the back and into that Contemptor Dreadnought. So he's now locked out of the fight as well, and it was a slap fest. No one hurt either of them. So we will now move into the Raptors turn 3. There's not really much else they can shoot at other than this lone guy down here and that chap over there. So let's see what they pull out of their socks. Here we go. Going into Raptors turn 3. And we're back at the end of Raptors turn 3. Starting over here on the right hand flank, the Terminators managed to charge into the Wraiths. Wraiths, being the quickest out of the bunch, managed to bring down 2 of their number before having 2 of theirs slain in return. In the centre, 1 Marine went down, no wounds caused, and they held morale. These 2 flyers screamed over and absolutely obliterated the Spider. In the centre, the bikes caused another wound to the Scarabs, but they managed to do overwhelming damage to them, causing 1 biker to die, but then the bikers busted morale and fell back 9 inches. And these guys are consolidated into this middle section now, so it looks like they're going to wreck that vehicle, and that vehicle all in one charge, which will be good for the Necrons. So, we'll now move on to Necrons turn 3. And for a moment there, it looked like the Raptors had it, but now we're not so sure. Can the Raptors hold on? Let's find out. And we're back at the end of Necrons Turn 3 and carnage ensued. As you can see by the table, there's 3 new fiery wrecks on the field. So first things first, the Scarabs managed to get in between all 3 of those vehicles and multi-charge all 3, shredding all 3. All 3 of them got absolutely decimated, all vehicles down. And then the one lone Wraith just here made it into combat with the bikes, killing 2 of their number on his own. And then over here, this guy managed to kill another 2 Terminators on his own and didn't take any wounds in return. And the Wraiths in the middle managed to mop up the last of that tactical squad and now are getting ready to charge the last remaining one. So at the end of this turn, I think we're calling it a Necron victory, aren't we?
Yeah.
So what reactions?
Those Necron Wraiths are amazing in close combat.
Yep.
I thought you was well outnumbered, but I kind of wrong.
They're not pushovers, are they?
No. Oh yeah, I've got this easily. They're coming out. Actually, no, I haven't.
You had a few turns to whittle them down. You was doing good.
Shoot me up, spat you out.
Yep. Meat grinder.
Yeah.
They are like the most powerful thing in the Necron Codex, I must admit. So, that is a Necron victory, which means now the Necrons are going to start activating the world engine. So the next game will be the Necrons, obviously in their little hometown, start activating a few pylons and things like that, and then the Raven Guard and Raptors are going to have to pull out some amazing quick assault to stop the generators from activating, which means in our next battle report we will be having that big boy just there, that lovely pylon.
Yeah.
It will be on the board as it will be one of the main defense features.
Maybe I've got some new ones.
Yeah, yeah. Can you imagine if we had loads of them?
Yeah.
We'd have a pylon network. That would be amazing. And it will be a full on assault mass ranks of Raven Guard and Raptors. It will be the full collection on the board. So it will be Imperial Knights, it will be loads of Rhinos, Flyers, more Imperial Knights, more Imperial Knights, more Imperial Knights. Yeah, we're going to have a few of those on the board. And it's going to be the Necrons trying to defend their pylon as it's charging up. So, I hope you enjoyed this game, everyone. If you did, give us a like. If you want to see more, why not subscribe? It gives us a motivation to keep making these videos. And if you think you know anyone who might like this series, why not give it a share as well? So, until next time, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.